Right now tonight at 5 on WHAS 11 News, the personal messages, notes of compassion from pure strangers to customers of Old National Bank. It's been 4 days since the mass shooting, and this memorial downtown is growing.
4 days later at Old National Bank, you can see something new there today. Flowers, balloons, crosses, heartfelt messages, and then 5 stunning arrangements, one for each victim placed intentionally right there on the steps. And now there are efforts to financially support their loved ones left behind as they plan the funeral services. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Shay McAllister.
And I'm Doug Proffitt. Friends of Joshua Barrick have set up a family fund to support his wife and 2 children. Young children at that. The GoFundMe account is already up to more than $257,000. WHAS 11's Isaiah Kim Martinez talked to the woman who has organized this fundraiser. And Isaiah, you also asked her about what motivated her to lead this enormous effort.
Well, Doug, Shay, Allison Conway is neighbors with the Barrick family and has been friends with them for years. And when phone calls to Josh went unanswered Monday, Conway knew she needed to step up for the family.
I mean, I want to say it's over 2,000 people that have donated to it so far.
Some of them are friends. The majority of them, though, are complete strangers, united by a common empathy and desire to help.
I mean, the messages that people have written are incredible. People that don't know them but know the story.
A story as gut-wrenching as they come. Josh Barrick, a beloved husband to Jessica and father of 2 kids, 9-year-old Carolina and 7-year-old James. Josh was murdered in what should have been a routine Monday at work at the Old National Bank downtown. Did you call Jessica yourself? What was Monday like for you?
It's such a blur.
Allison Conway, a neighbor and close family friend, describes the moments of shock and pain.
We went to Jessica's house when everyone heard about it and knew that no one had heard back from Josh yet. And so we were all with her to just try and see if we could help find him or get an answer.
That harrowing update came from police. Barrick, one of 5 killed.
Things were just kind of moving so fast and also not at all at the same time. She, of course, had all the emotions that you could imagine that you would have, but she was just so composed. I mean, she was so kind and appreciative to everyone, and you could tell that they all loved her and wanted to try and help her.
As Jessica Barrick showed grace and strength, her friends have lifted her up, trying to ease the burden in any way they can. That's with hundreds of thousands in donations.
Want them to know that they're thinking about them and praying for them.
And notes promising the Barrick family they're not alone and never will be. And Conway says funds are going directly to funeral expenses and immediate needs. But whatever is left will go toward future trusts for their children in this case. The Barrick family is holding Josh's visitation tomorrow, and the private funeral service is Saturday. Doug, Shay.
Okay, Isaiah, thank you very much. Well, there are other GoFundMes and fundraisers set up to support the families of victims. We have every single one of them linked up on our website right now. That's WHAS11.com.
Today, LMPD officers speaking candidly about their mental health after they experienced the trauma of the mass shooting and what it's like visiting their fellow officer, Nicholas Wilt, in the hospital.
Officer Wilt is still in critical condition at U of L Hospital right here in downtown. He was shot in the head during his response to the shooting, rushed into emergency brain surgery, and he has been in the ICU ever since. Lieutenant Joel Lopez and his team have visited Officer Wilt and his family every single day this week. He says after meeting with Wilt's family, he can easily see why Officer Wilt charged into action the way he did.
We didn't know Nick and his family, but in the past few days I realized Nick did an amazing thing because he came from an amazing family. His mother has been so strong, his brothers and his girlfriend, I've been in awe of them and how strong they've been. And I can tell that he grew up in a good house, and that's why he did the things he did and was willing to go in there.
Lieutenant Lopez went on to say Wilt's brother, who is currently in the academy, is already an honorary part of the LMPD family. Also today, Louisville's Catholic community held a special mass for the victims of the shooting and community members who felt compelled to come together and pray.
The service was held downtown at the Cathedral of the Assumption on South 5th Street, just 1 mile from the Old National Bank. WHAS 11's Alexis Jones and photojournalist Alyssa Newton covered the emotional service and spoke to community members.
Names of those killed in Monday's tragedy echo throughout the Cathedral of Assumption. Members prayed for their souls and the community of people left to mourn them. In a time of despair, hundreds turned to their faith. The Louisville Archdiocese gathered Thursday for the victims of Monday's massacre.
All who have died, especially victims of gun violence and those killed on Monday.
People of all ages sung hymns of healing. Then Archbishop Shelton Fobb led the Mass in service.
The wounds of our community from Monday will always, always, always be with us.
And pray for those emotionally scarred.
We need that now as we grieve as well.
Principal of St. Francis, Steve Freimeyer, says he's glad he brought his students to the service. He says they came to show support but ended up taking away a life lesson.
Be really good for our kids and being able to see how their faith can help get them through hard times.
And along with leaning on faith, the community was also encouraged to look to one another. In Louisville, Alexis Jones, WHAS11 on your side.
Last night, 17 different churches across Louisville opened up for worship and healing services until 8:30. Mental health counselors were also on site as bells across the city rang at 7 o'clock.
Over the next several days, our community will see 5 visitations, 5 funerals. The first one started today. Senior Bank Vice President Tommy Elliott's visitation is happening right now at Pearson's funeral home on Breckenridge Lane. It goes until 7 o'clock tonight. His funeral is tomorrow at 3 at Broadway Baptist Church on Brownsboro Road. The burial will be private. Visitations for Dina Eckert and Josh Barrick are tomorrow. James Tutt's service is on Sunday. Arrangements for Juliana Farmer have not yet been announced.
In the wake of the tragedy we've seen this week, our community has rallied together to show its support and truly be there for one another. But if you are still struggling, we want to let you know there are ways to help. Grief counselors at Hospice Health put together this list to help you process your emotions. First, create a calm environment, unplug from devices, and limit your screen time right now. Create a container for grief, a place where you can put things that mean a lot to you and are painful to remember. Get grounded, breathe deeply, and use different breathing methods. Have difficult conversations with children, providing them safety, stability, and security during these tough talks. And know you are not losing it. You are just grieving as you are supposed to be doing.
We know doctors used 170 units of blood on Monday, working to save the people rushed into the emergency room from Old National Bank. Well, now they need more blood donations, and this weekend, the Kentucky Blood Center's partnering up with Racing Louisville and Louisville City FC to host a blood drive at Lynn Family Stadium. Donors will receive a free ticket to Saturday's game between Lou City and San Antonio FC. They say walk-in donations are welcome. You can also make an appointment. To donate, you can stop by Lynn Family Stadium from noon until 4 this Saturday, April 15th.